Welcome back to the Week 3 previews. We are finishing up the other three games, and we're going to go with Trash Talk versus White Trash. And Talk has a very good matchup, considering that Joseph Adai came out of the fantasy gutter and just ran all over the New York Giants. So we're suspecting that Chris Johnson will maybe score more than the 3 points that he had last week to lead Trash to a big loss to the SAS. She's going to run with Darren McFadden. Run DMC.
He's going to make an appearance for the first time on anyone's fantasy team in the last 3 years, and hoping to be relevant.
Yep. And he's also got a very good matchup for Dallas Clark. Dallas Clark goes against Denver, who gives up quite a bit, almost 10 points a game to opposing tight ends. So probably a pretty good matchup for Dallas Clark as well.
A weapon that Trash has to have because his receivers are subpar at best.
Donald Driver, a consistent 9 points each week. You expect that again?
Why not?
On the other side of things, White Trash has Donovan McNabb against St. Louis. You're concerned about the turf and how hard
every freaking week.
And you're concerned about the turf in St. Louis.
I am a little concerned with that. With his ankle is reportedly much worse than what is being let on. I love the matchup with teams. I just don't love the matchup with where it's being held at. In St. Louis, in the Dome, their turf's a little skanky. I don't think that he's going to have the mobility that he has on natural grass.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a huge deal, but you know how McNabb likes to run around and make plays? He's not going to be able to do that on Sunday.
Michael Turner, any concern about the groin?
There's always concern with groins. Tell me who's not concerned about a groin.
A groin is a thing to be concerned about.
So let's say that the Saints get up early on the Falcons, or vice versa somehow. Snelling's going to get a lot of looks. I don't think that Turner's going to get the 20 to 25 carries he normally would in a game like this. So, of course, there's concern with groins.
You also he has Sean Green in right now against Miami. Miami shut Peterson down the other week, and so there's no reason to think that they can't shut Sean Green down, correct?
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's not like there's a huge passing attack that they're going to have to worry about, especially with Braylon Edwards in the drunk tank. You still got to roll with Sean Green, you'd think, but then you got Brandon Jackson, who was supposed to be awesome, but wasn't really awesome. So he's stuck there, but probably go on draft value here and stick with Sean Green.
Okay. He's got Robert Meacham for the big play against Atlanta. Might not be a bad...
No, it's not a bad play. I believe that stats would bear out that he does have big play against Atlanta in the past.
And then you also got Owen Daniels, tight end. Still kind of nervous about it. In the end, I see Trash Talk winning this game fairly, probably I would say by about a 15-point margin at least.
I have Trash mainly because I have to, just to keep sanity. But also I think that the Chris Johnson and Run DMC, what Trash is built on, they finally get back to the basics of running the football and letting the receivers get 4 to 8 points and move on.
Okay. And there's going on, we got Soldier versus Doughboy. Soldier looks very stout this week with the points that he has. He is going to go with Brett Favre again. Do you think he'll get snake bit on this, or?
I do. I don't like Brett Favre until his ankle is completely healed. Obviously, it's not in a good way right now.
Okay.
And there's one small part of the Detroit Lions that is very good and aggressive, and it's the front four. And I mean, how many times last week did Michael Vick escape a sack?
Yeah, he also got sacked, though, 6 times,
Numerous times. Brett Favre is a sitting old man duck. I don't like the play at all. I'd go with any of the other two.
But Jay Cutler's playing the Indianapolis Colts. They're probably going to be down in that game, and Colts don't really have a great secondary.
No, and I would go with any QB outside of Favre.
Do you think this is a pride pick for him? Do you think he has enough? He has so much confidence that he's going to beat Doughboy that he's going to roll with this and say, this was a good trade.
Yeah, and if there's one person I know in this world that's full of pride, it's the Soldier. And I see that being a huge role in why he would continue to play this inagile old man.
Yeah. He's got Adrian Peterson versus Detroit. He's also got Clinton Portis versus St. Louis. Do also love that.
Yes.
He's got Brandon Marshall against a Reevesless the Jets team.
Love it.
And then he's also got Miles Austin against Houston, who also gives up a ton of points to wide receivers.
That's going to be crucial. And I would like to say this right now. I would like to make a commish projection, a prediction from the commish.
Okay.
Daniel Wayne Chapman, the GM of the Soldier, if he doesn't mismanage this team all to heck, he is going to be our GFO champion in the year 2010. This team is loaded from the top down. It's full of depth. It's built the right way outside of the quarterback issue he's got going on, with running backs and some solid receivers, and his are even above solid. I like the Soldier to win the GFO.
That is a very bold prediction.
That's what I do.
I would like to see if this comes true. I'm sure that Daniel Wayne would love this, but
it's not a homer pick.
No, it's not a homer pick. You don't like him. On the other side of things, Doughboy goes. He's not rolling Michael Vick, and I don't really understand why.
You got to. You got to roll with Vick.
It's not like Flacco's having a tremendous year so far.
No, and he can score with his legs and with the arm.
He's got Ray Rice, a good play. Ronnie Brown against the New York Jets.
I don't love it.
Don't really like it. Roddy White and Marcus Colston going against each other. Should be a good game. Probably a pretty good shootout there. And Jason Witten. I'm concerned about Jason Witten. Last year he didn't really have that great of a year either.
No, it's 2 years or a year and a half of subpar play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about every Dallas Cowboy outside of Miles Austin, who seems to get his points no matter who's playing around him or who's throwing him the ball.
I'm going to go with Soldier on this one with a decent-sized victory over.
I'm going Soldier with the biggest blowout of the week, and I look for Doughboy to be competing with eating a hot steamer.
Okay. The game of the week, Bean versus Paper, both 2-0 teams.
Number 1 versus number 2 in the GFO rankings.
In different rankings, we've had Beans ahead of Show. Other rankings have had Show ahead of Beans, but it seems to be fairly consistent.
It's 1-2. 1-2.
But anyway, let's go with the visitor, Beans, first. He's got Peyton Manning against the Denver Broncos. Obviously, the big concern for Beans is what's going to happen with running backs. And each week so far, he's had one wide receiver who hasn't really showed up.
Right.
So, what do you think is going to take place in the Beans side of things?
I like the Beans matchups. I like Peyton Manning anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's in Denver or Venus, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning is going to be Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
I running back wise, I would still stick with the Stewart. I think that the other matchups have games that have potential to be blowouts, which would not only leave you with a backup running back, but would leave you with a backup running back that they're going to be passing all the time with.
Okay.
So, again, I know I was a touch off with the Stewart last week, but it's not like there's a lot of good options there.
Yeah.
I would still stick with the Stewart. I think his wide receivers are enough to cover that issue of running back along with Peyton Manning. I think Doug is set up for a real good week.
And then you've got Paper, who's got Romo against Houston. Houston gives up a lot of points, and I expect a pretty big game out of Tony Romo.
It'd be nice for him, finally, for all of the Dallas fans, the Paper fans, and also Paper himself.
He's not going with Arian Foster. He's going to go with Pierre Thomas, who is basically probably going to get the majority of carries with the broken fibula with Reggie Bush.
I think some of this is homerism, that he doesn't want to see Arian Foster succeed because of the boys. Because you would almost think that you would have to play Arian Foster because of what he's done so far. But I'm not going to knock that because Pierre is a good fill-in. He's the only running back there without Bush. They went and got Liddell Betts or some crap. That's just to fill out a roster. I like Pierre this week as well.
This is the second week that Beans will be facing a quarterback from the other team with his quarterback having a wide receiver on the other team.
True.
It'll be interesting to see what happens there.
So true.
Your prediction on... Well, I'll give my prediction first so it's not skewed. I will take Paper in this one. I do think that Paper will end up beating the Beans in a pretty good game.
I'm going to take the opposite of that. I'm going to take the Doug. But with a little asterisk, I think this could come down to the home field advantage playing a role here. I think this is going to be a great game. Very similar to the Trash Sass game and the Show Nipple game. I think that it's going to come down to that type of intensity at the end. But I just think that the QB matchup for the Doug and the Doug's defense is just going to be a touch too much for the Paper.
All right. Well, that's it for week 3. We'll be back next week with the week 4 previews and week 3 review.